Alrighty. Oh boy. 0 out of 5. Let's go. Alright. I haven't played Onigiri in, I think, a week. I don't know when the last time I streamed was. I know I didn't get like 5 days of login. I'm falling behind. I know I wasn't going to get July's monthly at all, so it's like, let's just do everything else. Okay, where was I? Whew. Okay. I'm absolutely slacking. Sandbagging. Absolutely. Absolutely. Who was I doing this with? I was using Kaguya, I think. I've been very much slacking. But hello everyone, hello. I see lots of people showed up. Very happy to see you. How does this work? Okay, you have to click on this one. Yeah, I've been playing other games, been watching a lot of anime, been doing concept work for characters in my novel and stuff. Oh, I got a Vanguard swap. Yeah, just been doing everything else. Like, I've been on vacation, so, like, a lot of the times logging in is like routine. Like, oh, I come home from work, let me log in. I come home from work, let me log in. Well, there's no work to come home from, so it's like I just do whatever I want whenever I want. I don't have to worry about anything. So she moves while using that? That's pretty strong. Why isn't it dead? Cool. Yeah. Oh. But I've absolutely been slacking on this event. Absolutely. I had a lot of fun with the, what do you call that? The survey. The survey was like the funnest thing I've streamed in a long, long time. Like, absolutely. Like, just thinking back to the friggin' Taiwan maids, that was funny as hell. But yeah, we're supposed to find out, like, stuff from the survey starting August. So, like, my predictions were right. Like, after the summer event, and we got 2 of them, we're gonna start seeing the survey stuff. So, that's interesting. I gotta make sure I'm wearing the right accessories. Oh, wow, I'm not used to the sensitivity of, like, the mouse at all. Please be able to accept everything. Oh, who invented these cudgels, man? Could not. Why? Why can't you do anything? It's the mega potion. If you accept it in a group, it won't work, but if you accept it by itself, it works. It's always like that. I kind of wish they didn't give us cudgels, like, at all. Like, from the dailies and stuff, I really, really wish they did not give cudgels. Because, like, for them to give cudgels, they need to give more weapons. Like, they need to give things that are worth doing. Like, worth building. Because, like, if you've already, like... Unless I want to, like, remake a weapon, I don't need cudgels. Oh, this is the Keiji no Kimi song. Where was the checkbox for that one? Super annoying not to be able to... The checkbox. I mean, there's a check all button. I like how she's like spinning so fast. I wasn't even counting like the combos. She was spinning and hitting nothing. That's how laggy it is in there. Oh, you mean on the questionnaire? Oh, yeah. On the questionnaire. It was near the bottom, like... Hey, Sora Kyrie. What's the strongest Vanguard overall in the moment? So... In terms of the word strongest, it's Tadakatsu Honda. Honda... Like, in terms of pure DPS, pure damage, it's Honda. Honda will out DPS KG any day. Honda will, like, boss to boss, Honda beats more targets than KG does. But in terms of, hey, this Vanguard fills up instantly, I don't have to charge it up, and it can heal itself, then you have KG. So it's this dichotomy of, like, KG and Honda. Honda is stronger, though. In terms of your question, Honda is stronger. If Honda wasn't stronger, nobody would have her. Which is like a better way to put it. Like apart from like, you know, aesthetical choices and, you know, she's hot, I want her, therefore I get her. Like... And it's really hard to fill up in here. Like, there's mobs and stuff, but, like, that guy will shoot the shit out of you. Oh, I died. Oh, they fixed that. So if you die with the ring up, like, when was that fixed? I thought you had to reapply it, but it stays active. Because I remember, like, when we used to run through Juncture, and if you died with the ring up, you were, like, screwed. Because you'd have to, like, die again or something. It just wouldn't work. Was that 3 runs? It seemed to give me, like, an achievement. Oh, wait. Full restore? What did I get a full restore for? No, that wasn't 3 runs. But I just finished like watching an anime, and then I'm like, you know what? I should play Oni. I should stream Oni. I was watching. It came out I think a couple of years ago, but I don't watch anime that often, so. But it was World End Harem. I'd always like wanted to watch it because I like, you know, this looks really fun, it looks up my alley. And it was completely different than I thought it would be. A lot different. Like I was watching it, but it was like... It was kind of mid. It felt like I was watching like a fairy tale retelling of COVID, to be honest. Like, not like something you'd tell kids, but like a romanticized version of it. Like the plot elements is all the same. The same shit happens. And I'm like, this is like the same thing that just happened. Like without, you know, all the sex and stuff. But it was like the exact same plot points that happened. It was only 11 episodes. It was really weird. Like, I've never seen an 11 episode anime. in a while. Who repairs me? No, Yoshitsune. Where is she? How you doing, Red? Keeping busy? That's right on. I think the only real, like... Hey, Guts, the Black Swordsman, how you doing? I think the only game that I'm still, like, logging into every day, like, religiously, or at least trying to, is Honkai Star Rail. And that's kind of because it's, like, new. And there's stuff, like, I want to do. Like, I'm not at the... Because I'm not at, like, the top of it yet, so I still gotta, like, catch up a lot. Right. I should do one run of the other dungeons to get the restores. So, I think the new Sublimes, they're coming out tomorrow night, Friday morning, I think. Pretty sure. You've been no life in Diablo 4? Am I pre-ordering for Tower of Fantasy? No? Like, to be honest, it's not even on my radar. Like, I could try it, but it's not something, like, I'm not excited? Is that how I'd put it? Like, I'm not anticipating it? Like, if it's good, that's great, but... my past self is angry at me because I'm playing multiple gacha games at the same time, which I always said is foolish and you shouldn't do, and I agree with that. But it's like... It all comes down to how fun something is, to be honest. Like, I remember trying to sign up for its beta or something a long time ago, but nothing came of that. I really know very little about it. I might have seen, like, a screenshot or two, maybe, and I don't remember them. Like, I think there's somebody that has red hair that looks like Diluc, and I don't know anything besides that. Hey, Vantage. You had, like, 7 you played, and you had to cut it down to 2? That takes some character advantage. What games did you play, if you don't mind? I'm curious, what 7 did you play? That's a lot, 7. Like, I'm gonna assume you played Oni, because you're here. Oh, there's the Fisher King. Let me just tickle him. Oh, I missed. Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Legends, Azur Lane, Genshin, Destiny Child, Dragalia Lost. Yeah, the one you can't even remember. Dang. Dragalia Lost, I'm sad that went away. That game has, like, a top tier music. Like, I still listen to its music all the time. Like, there's one of them, it's like, Because of You and the Satan Battle or something. Those are, like, the best 2 songs. Right there. I found one, it was being advertised on my phone the other day. It's called Path to Nowhere. And, like, the ad had such catchy music, I was like, this is awesome, I like this ad. And I commented, I'm like, can I have the song? And they never answered, the developers. I'm like, I just want this song. And that game, my friend played it, I guess. He was telling me about it, and he said the gacha rates were shit. But, he said the gacha rates were shit, but I'm like, man, I only want to download it because the music is god tier. Like, the music is so good that I would play it. Like, just on principle alone. Like, I have all the music in a playlist. Like, that's fantastic. And yeah. And you're saying Dragalia was too free-to-play friendly, and I get that a lot. As an Onigiri player, I totally understand that. Because Onigiri has, like... Cyberstep has, like... tried to commit MMO suicide, like, 20 times in generosity. They have tried to commit MMO suicide time and time again. Like, when the knowledges first came out, and knowledges were so good that you didn't need anything else, you just had to have a dark build and knowledges, and you could, like, beat 95% of the game. That was bad. That was bad. Now, what would make that good? If a Vanguard did that. If a Vanguard did that, that'd be great. Not if a free-to-play thing does that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, there needs to be, like, a give and take balance between generosity amongst the developers and value and how much you're able to complete. Like, I remember when Cyberstep gave everyone the choice between Zunko and Kiritan, two very, very powerful assets. And they get one copy. And that one copy was able to make them able to, like, carry them through, like, the game. Like, it was good, but you got one copy. But if you wanted more, you had to get more. But Foolish Cyberstep made it so that they're crossover characters. You can't get more of them. It's like giving someone a free sample to something that's going out of business next week. Like, thanks, that was the best hot dog I ever had in my entire life, and now I can't get any more of it, ever. I have to settle with something else. I'm never coming back to your hot dog stand ever again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a bad way to execute that. A very bad way. Yeah. And then, on the topic of Genshin's generosity, the most generous thing Genshin ever did, to be honest, and this is in complete hindsight and in present day, the most generous thing Genshin ever did was 1, buff Zhongli, and 2, make it so that there is no endgame. How generous is that? That's the most generous thing you can ever give to someone. Hey, here's a game that's going to be going for 10 years. Great. When's endgame? Never. What do you mean never? I mean, you can just, like, fart your way through the game with basic-ass stuff that you'll accumulate over time. Like an idle game? No. Oh, okay. Like, literally, like, that was the most generous thing Genshin's ever done, was saying, hey, just, like, get, like, 8 characters you like from different elements, and you're good. You're Gucci. You're guac. That's fantastic. Did I say 8? I just meant 4. You don't have to play Abyss. Oh, okay. Like, okay. So you're saying, like, that's the most generous thing MiHoYo ever did. They'd eventually raise pity. Like, change the system as a whole. Like, my problem with Genshin is that there's 2 problems with it. 1, they got too big too fast, and they became too big to fail. Like, they completely gained that Disney mantra. Like, they're too big to fail. They do not have to change the gacha in any way at all. And they still get their money. Like, They completely just do that. Like, I got to the point in Genshin where it's like, if I try to get a character and I don't get them, I'm getting one of the 5, like, standard pool characters that I already have maxed out. Like, it was fruitless. I'm like, I'm not pulling anything. Like, and then they added Dea, but my problem was I like Dea. So I wanted to get Dea, and then she gets added to standard pool, and I'm like, okay, so, alright. Genshin has never added 3-star weapons from each region. Like, Genshin should have it so that if you're pulling in Mondstadt or Liyue, you get that pool of, like, 3-star stuff and weapons. But, like, let's say you go to, like, Sumeru, then there should be, like, the 4-star pool, because that's where you're wishing from, like, of 4-star weapons and 4-star characters and, like, 4-star, maybe not characters, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, at least the weapon pool, if it changed, like, these are the Sumerian weapons, and then these are the Inazuma weapons, and these are the Fire Nation weapons, and, like, if they had done that, then that would have been cool, but they don't have to. They, like, logically, if they were lower on the scale and they didn't have just this great backing and, like, so much money, like, so much fuck you money, they would actually improve themselves. But because they're getting away with things, and they're, like, quote-unquote too big to fail, they don't have to. Like, they don't have to do anything at all. Like, Genshin is one of the only gacha games that has... It used to have more, but for the longest time, its 5-star to 4-star ratio was disproportionately 5-star. Like, it was like 2 new 5-stars, or 2 to 3 new 5-stars for every 1 4-star created. To which it became, like, for people that would roll or wish frequently, you'd end up getting all the 4-stars. It was abysmal. It's boring. I find wishing in Genshin boring. So boring. Because you know when you get a 5-star. You know. Like, there's no excitement. The excitement is if the star changes color. It doesn't matter if what you're pulling gives you anything. It's all about that fucking star. It's boring. It's like if you had a birthday present, right? Let's say you had a birthday party and you invited 10 friends and each friend brought a gift and there was like 7 gifts that were blue, 2 gifts that were purple, and 1 gift that was gold. And you go and open the blue gift and you think, oh, is there a 5-star in here? No, it's a blue. And you go to the next blue. Is this a 5-star? No, it's a blue. And then you get to like the 4-star box or the purple box. You're like, is this a 3-star? No, it's a 4-star. Wow. And then the same thing happens in the purple one. And then you get the gold box and you know it's there. You already know a gold is coming. You open it up. It's a 5-star. Like, it's exciting the first couple of times you play because like, oh, I got a 5-star. Great. But it takes away all the surprise. All the surprise is gone. Now, if all my friends showed up with gold boxes, wow, that's great. But then you're getting too spoiled. Then you have no appreciation for anything else. Like, in other gachas I played, like Fire Emblem Heroes, if you got a 4-star, it would make smoke. That was it. Like, if you got a 4-star, it would be smoke, and then you have a chance to get a 4-star or a 5-star. That was it. If there was no smoke, then it was a 3-star. Like, there was at least surprise. It was hope. But, like, there's no... Like, the biggest thing I would want in Genshin is a chance for there to be a purple summoning crystal, whatever, like a purple comet going by, and you have a chance to get a gold. Like, that, to me, would be exciting. To have this... To always have that sense of wonder. Because if in a gacha game, the act of gachaing is not exciting... Exactly. Fake out animations. Absolutely. Like that to me, that's the exciting part. Like, that's why at Christmas, like, all your presents are wrapped. Your presents aren't wrapped in gold wrapping paper to indicate what's inside. They're all the same. Or, you know, they're all just wrapped. You don't look under the Christmas tree and be like, oh, okay, I'm only going to take the gold ones. Like, that's not how it's done. And that's my biggest gripe with that. Like, but that's the thing though, right? Like, it's a gacha game. So that aspect of it has to be exciting. Like, if this was like Overwatch and all your cosmetics or all your gacha stuff are just cosmetics, don't incentivize that gambling, because that doesn't affect anything. It's just colors. It's just not important stuff. But when you're playing a gacha game where like people are actually paying to get cool stuff or good stuff, well, you know, you should be walking the red carpet. You're the paying customer. It should be exciting. It should be innovative. It should be great. Like, the whole experience. Because, like, Genshin's what, 2 years old? Like, it does that. Like, I hear you, Botch. It does that, but it still turns gold. Like, my problem is that I've watched YouTubers play Genshin, and I watched them summon, and it's the most boring shit I've ever seen. Like, not new players. New players, that's exciting. That's interesting. When a new gacha game comes out and you watch people summon, that's fantastic. But when people that have been playing it for a year or they're heavily invested, they summon, it's boring. Because all they do is they see the purple light and they hit skip. They see the purple light and they hit skip. They see the gold light and they pretend to be excited, and then they skip through everything until they get to it. And then they do that 7 times. You don't until you do. Because then that's a part of it too. You always know. Because, oh, okay, you summon and you get a Diluc. Well, then you say, okay, my next one's guaranteed. Great. And then you go down to Pity and you're not excited. Because you know the next gold, you know what it's going to be. Right. Like, I've been on that end of the stick. But that, to me, that's the problem. Like, I don't find I don't find Genshin summoning fun. Like, I did a long time ago. I mean, yeah, you're not going to be screwed over because, like, you're not going to be screwed over because you paid $200 to get the character. Like, you're not going to be. It's a Genshin is a guaranteed investment. It's just a lot. Because you're, like, no matter what, it's not a question of if you're going to get a character, it's when. Like, Genshin, the most exciting Genshin summoning is when you're on, like, pull 20 and you get something. And that's so rare. Like, it's supposed to be rare. It's the best feeling ever when you get, like, a 5-star, then you get one the next 10 pull. But, like, those are the only exciting times. But when the game functions as intended and you lose every 50-50... Right, exactly. A new player is exciting. There's something to... There's always something to get at the buffet. I agree. New players? Absolutely. It never really what? The fake out animations never really bother you? I'm not saying they should bother you. All I'm saying is that, like, in Oni, you can get a 5-star or a platinum character off of fish eyes. You can get a platinum character off of gold. You can get a platinum character off of Shunoban eyes. You can get a platinum character off of anything the gacha shows you. And that's the most exciting part. Then you can get double 7s and you know, it's like, okay, I'm getting a Vanguard. Like, that exists too, but it exists in a duality, which is fun. Like, that's why Oni streaming is really good. And that can be true. I mean, that's you. Everybody's different, for sure. My gripes are not someone else's gripes, and vice versa. I just like that feeling. Right, exactly. 4th and 5th sack sword? Sacrificial sword. Fuck. Carry you? Oh, okay, but I'm inside. Dang. Dang, I'm taking a lot of damage. Three birthday cakes? Well, chances are most of us got our birthday cake before a year's rotation went by, but not everyone. Someone who played before, someone whose birthday was before it came out would only have 2. But you were saying something about 30-year anniversary would be September. It'd be September. But you were saying something that Honkai proved something right, like Star Rail. And to be honest, I like Star Rail more than Genshin. And a big part of that is that it's new. It's a new experience. It's a new game. Like, if I pull anything, everything is new to me. And that's the best feeling. Like, honestly, the worst thing you can do in Genshin is wail. Like, it's literally the worst thing. Like, having done so, it's the worst feeling ever. Because you'll get a character and you're like, okay, if this character isn't like maxed out or just cracked, they're like, it doesn't tickle your fancy anymore. Like, gotten used to like having maxed out characters and stuff, it makes you like, man, this character is not hitting as good as they should. And then the cracks of Star Rail's next mechanic showed up. So that is honestly the one thing I don't like in Star Rail is artifact grinding. You set your birthday on September 30th? Oh, okay. Yeah. Like, funny, in Genshin, I hate strong boxes. I hate it so much. I never use it because I'm going negative on artifact experience. Like, in Star Rail, when they ask me to salvage a relic, I get really mad. I'm like, why? This is a waste of fucking resource. I hate it so much. But I wouldn't hate it if relic farming was the same energy as Calyx's. My biggest gripe with Star Rail is that relics cost 40 energy a run. Like, waste of time. Waste of time. Waste of energy. Waste of everything. Oh my god. I can't stand it. It's like, I'm gonna go spend like the same amount of resources more resin than Genshin. I heard that resin's going up. I heard that resin's going to 240 next update. I saw a post. Who the fuck? Hello, children. Open a box. I gotta restore. Give me a sec. But it bothers me that relic farming is 40 energy. I don't like that. You don't believe it? I mean, I've been saying it about Genshin for a long time. Everyone wants to be carried by Oro. Yeah. Raise the domain. Like, the biggest thing I don't get is that unless they change the rate of resin acquisition, like, because in Genshin it's what, 1 every 8 minutes? Like, it's appalling. That's the worst part about it. Like, until they change the rate of acquisition, it doesn't matter how much you can have, because you have condensed resin as well, which Honkai needs condensed energy, but it doesn't need it, actually. Like, it does, but it doesn't. Like, it has it, but it's only for the simulated universe, which is weird. But, like, I really wish all the relic stuff was like 20 energy or 10 energy for 1. That would be the best. Like, because I'm just gonna pick Calyxes and the other things every time. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it goes to. I honestly can't tell you the last time I logged into Genshin. Like, I logged in and it told me I hadn't logged in 14 days. Like, that event thing happened for me. I logged in for 1 day and then I just didn't. Yeah, it is. It's like, the best part of working is not working. Now, tell me that one's not true. The best part of working is not working. Unless you're at a job you love. Are you from Taiwan, Red? Are you a boy in a maid outfit? But like, in Star Rail though, I'm using everything I learned from Genshin to like play it better than I did Genshin. Like, having those experiences, it's made me play it for the better. Like, I'm not wailing on characters. I don't believe any single character is a must pull ever. Like, ever. That's weird. One of your comments didn't go through, Vantage. You said something about popular and I don't see it on YouTube. I tried to access it. I can't find it. Oh, early Genshin theory crafting was wrong? Yeah. I mean, they only have so much to base it off of. Like, for me, the biggest problem with gacha games is that gacha games tend to be more fun than non-gacha games. Because nobody plays gacha games just to throw money at a wall. Like, that's not the purpose of the game, or it shouldn't be. The problem with these games is that they're, to a certain degree, more fun and engaging than other modern games. Like, there's a reason I'm playing Oni and not playing something else. There's that. But the thing about the best thing about Oni, and is one of the reasons why it's on its 10-year anniversary for a gacha game, is that the game did not start with Vanguards in mind. Like, the game went half a year without Vanguards. They were not an inherent... The game wasn't built upon it. The game had outfits you can get from the gacha, which are just cosmetic things, underwear, amulets, outfits, and then Ogis. That was it. Oogie skills. Things that we don't even give a shit about anymore. Like, because we've got like 50 of them. Like, that's, to me, that is the difference of Oni and every other game. Because you have a base character, you have a build. It's built like an RPG. And you get external things to help you, and they're fun to collect and use, etc., etc. But at Oni's core, you play it without a need for any of these characters. Like, it can and will be played. See, this right here is the problem of lapse. Is that I cannot use an energy restore. But yeah, like, that's what makes Oni special. Whereas, like, Genshin, you, apart from the Traveler, you have no inherent character. Yeah, I'll do more. I'll just keep running. It's fine. I got a lot of catching up to do. But yeah, like, Oni's, like, first, like, I want to say the first 40 hours of Oni is a free-to-play experience. Like, going through the story, like, from Onigashima to Sado Mine. You cannot set restore... No, you can't. You can't set them on the bar. Not that I know. Your dumbass bought all 16 scrolls for the mount. Do you already have the mount? I mean, there's nothing wrong with having the scrolls of the mount. Red, you're wearing a Chiami. Proud of you. Is that a Wababoo? No, he does. He's just Brownie. He's just Brownie. Like in Star Rail, like, I'm only getting the characters I like. That's it. In Genshin, I liked 4-star characters more than 5-star characters, but it just led to getting 5-star characters. But, like, in Star Rail, I've only, like, wailed for one thing, and it was a 4-star light cone. That was it. It was the good night and sleep well. And I almost want to get another one. Like next month, I will be wailing on it because Kafka's coming, and that's like the first character that I like that's coming out. Yeah, yeah. Like the only game I really played where 4 stars were competent was Fire Emblem Heroes, because in that game you can make a 4-star or 5-star. Oh, Phoenix Rising. Yeah, I played that. It's fun. It's an open world. It's like Genshin. It's fun. It's got puzzles. You will go around. Yeah, me and my friend played that. I actually have it. I think I have it twice actually. I think it's free on Xbox Game Pass, and I think I bought a copy of it for like $20 sometime on like PlayStation. This is that Keiji no Kibi music. And to that point, what's that? It's free if you have PlayStation Extra too. Oh, okay, that is really cool. And that is honestly the thing that I've been most into for games. Like that, now that you mention it. It's not that it's Phoenix Rising, but that it's a fun game. Like I don't know if it's an age thing or a maturity thing or having played like competitive gacha games, but I'm more interested in having fun with a game than trying to, like, I don't know, be like competitive in a game where you're fighting robots. Because, like, recently I've gotten into a very competitive, this past year I got into a very competitive, not MMO, but gacha game on my phone. And I was, like, getting all these characters because I liked them. It was a fun game. And now our guild is the #1 guild in the North, in, like, the English-speaking server. Like, we're #1. Cross guild, we just won the tournament today, again. Like, we finally beat this guild that was #1 since the game's inception, and we were able to beat them because our server was filled with crazy as fuck whales. Like, I was like top 3 in our guild for a while, and now I'm happily dropped down to like 14th place out of like 30 of us, which I'm more than happy for because now somebody else can foot the bill. But like, that game, like, it's called Idol Huntress. It's really fun, or it was, but they just went, like, the developers went so far on this, like, like, pay-to-win shit, like, so far that they made their top whale quit because they introduced new elements that were better, like, insane power creep in terms of raw stats and not abilities, and sometimes both, that it made the top whale in the entire game quit. It made so many people quit. Like, it was basically like the characters could now have a pet, and if you got them their pet, their stats would like quintuple, and they would get some overpowered bullshit ability, and you get this pet like 6 times. So every pet, on average, was $700 to max out. And the whales had all of them. Like, all of them. All of them released at the time. They got all the ones that mattered. And these characters were so strong that if somebody didn't... Like, you make a team of 5 in this game and it fights the other enemy team's team. They put one character with the pet. Just one. with maxed out pet by itself against, they just put it in arena and people could fight it, and it was winning. It was winning. Beating out full teams. And after that day, we all went to the Discord server and told the devs, this is disgusting. The people that had it said, this isn't satisfying. This isn't a game anymore. This isn't like waifu chess. This isn't what it was. And like, it still hasn't been fixed. They made it, and these characters weren't able to be gotten with free-to-play currency either. Like, you had to buy a copy of the pets in the store for money. Like, just to roll from them. You had to pay to roll for them. There was no way to get them with free currency. Like, and it was separate. Like, the game already had a currency, and it wasn't there. Like, it was just bullshit. Okay, I have to leave dungeon because I'm out of energy. So now I've just been like, if I spend any more on this, unless it's for like a waifu character that I just want to use, like, I ain't touching none of this pet shit. And because it's pay to lose. Eventually, as a game, and I've never really seen this type of the gacha experience until then, because Oni doesn't really have pay to lose, because you don't lose. Like, Oni's always, we've always called it pay to try. But pay to lose is where you can go get this new good thing, but because of a PvP nature, unless you get all the good new things, you will lose. You will spend like upwards to $1,000 at a time and still lose. And still lose. And you think you're going to get ahead. No, because the other psychopath whales... No, I'm talking about a different game. A different game. But the what I'm saying is that the other psychopath whales are still going to match you in spending and get everything else you're getting. So it's like... It literally turns into a money fight. And it's pay to lose. Because it's like I could spend $700 and lose, or I could spend $0 and still lose. Like, that's kind of where that game has gotten. And a lot of us have kind of just been like, we're just gonna coast along with what we have. If all the characters and stuff we've gotten to this point isn't enough, then so be it. Oh well. Guess I'll lose. Like, and that's how that goes. But Oni doesn't have that. Because in Oni, we work together. If somebody gets a character, we all celebrate. Like, when Red gets Keiji, it's like, oh my god, Red is Keiji, that's great, he can help us. Like, that's such a great help to our struggle. A great help to our plight. If Junko gets Lancelot, that's great. That's another assistant. Okay, so we have to leave dungeon here. But like in Oni, that's the thing. Like, if somebody like wails and they get a good character, they can team up with anybody and beat content, and everybody beats that content. That's the best thing about Oni, is that you can, whatever you get can help out somebody else. It's not just for you. It's not just like you're not on your own. Like, anything you get is an asset, not just to yourself, but to others. And that's like the best thing about Oni. Like, in Genshin, like, yeah, if you have a cracked out character, you can go team up with somebody to help them do domains. But that's all you can do. You can't help them fight, like... You can't really help them with their story. You can't help them with the things that are actually, like, in the way. Like, it's very limited to what you can do. Like, Genshin's not an MMO. It's not. Like... It's a gacha game with, like, basic co-op. Like, bare bones. And then Star Rail kind of does it better, because if your friend is a good character, you just bring your friend's character. That's it. Yeah, I would say Star Rail does it better. Because if one of your friends is a whale or whatever, and they have a whale character, well, great. They can help you out in your plight. They can help you farm tedious things. That's great. I do think the best thing that Star Rail could do is implement like a co-op mode. Like, but it would be different. Like, sort of like in Pokemon, you had the co-op battle tower where you each control a Pokemon and you go through it. But what I would want for it is because there would be no reason for, let's say, me and Red to each pick 2 characters and go fight, like, some dungeons or whatever. Because I could just do that anyway. I could just control the 4 characters. With how limited the character's actual attack options are, that doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't really matter who's controlling the characters. It's more about how they're built and how they're functioning. But if they had a co-op mode where each person picks 3 characters, and it's a team of 6 against, like, super odds of enemies, and you each control 3, now that's fun. That would be fun, because it's a new experience. Or even if it was you and 2 friends each pick, like, 2 and 2 and 2. That'd be fun, too. It'd be super fun. Like, that kind of gameplay would be the best for that game. Things that you can't do by yourself. Modes that are for co-op. Like, things that are fun. And that's the thing. Like, fun modes are just... That's what it's about. Like, if you're playing a game and you're not having fun, why are you playing that game? You have to have some ulterior motive. Either it's addiction, or you're playing with your friends, or whatever. Like, there has to be this value of fun. Like, I think it's Reggie Fils-Aimé from Nintendo America. He said, what's the point if a game isn't fun? And I think he was talking about, like, games that are more political or trying to, like, talk to the viewer or whatever. But it's the truest statement. If a game's not fun, what's the point? Like, I'm not talking about, like, training exercises or things like that, like war games or strategy things. Like, things with a greater purpose. But in terms of just games, if at its core the game isn't fun, why are you playing it? Like, if the game's fun, Onigiri's fun, we play it, we support it, like, that's how it is and it's how it has been. It's fun. If it wasn't fun, like, you don't play it. Like, simple as that. And kind of, like, on my journey of trying out different games, like free-to-play games and stuff, like, just games in general, I can't, like, get over how much toxicity there is over people conflating fun with winning. Like, I can't, like, I've been playing a lot of Shadowverse, and I've joined, like, their Facebook groups and their Discords and stuff, and the mindset of the people there is completely different from, like, an Onigiri mindset or Genshin or anything like that. Like, it's this mindset that's focused solely on winning. The whole, like, I don't even know if they're having fun. Because I'll have conversations with people like, well, is that fun? And they're like, I don't care about fun. I just want to win. And I'm like, well, I always say, like, if you just want to win, I'll give someone a coin, and you can flip it. And there's a 50% chance you win. And it'll be a lot faster than sitting through a loading screen and going 8 turns until you win. I'll tell you right now, you could win like 25,000 times before an actual game of cards is done. But I can't get over the mentality of it. Like, to conflate winning with fun, no problem, Noel. Like, I don't get it. Like, like, most of the times when I have the most fun, it's like not when somebody's winning. It's like not when I'm winning. Like, it's when there's an exchange, like a rally, a back and forth, a struggle. To me, that is more fun than winning. It's not. It's not about, like, winning, but it's about how you win, what you do. Like, that's why I like games where you just pick your waifus and you grind the shit out of them. You farm, you make them as strong as it can be. Like in Oni, like I like Rain. I use Rain. That was my thing. Like, you know, I wanted to win with Rain. I don't want to just use like whatever is convenient or whatever. Like, I want to do it my way. And to me, that's more fun. Winning your way is way more fun than just like following, like, I don't want to say it's more fun than following a guide, but like, I wouldn't have fun if I just looked up a build, copied it 1-to-1, and just like executed it. Like, to me, that wouldn't, like, it would be like, if I didn't know anything, then it would be a blessing, because it's a guide. It's going to teach me how to play the game. Am I going to do any melons? Probably not tonight. Probably not in Onigiri. Yeah, like, a guide should be there to teach you how to play, show you what's good, what works, what doesn't, why things are there, why things aren't there, and then let the person, you know, do things their way. And that's the most fun. Because, like, nobody has fun in, like, a game like Oni. Like, I've heard this from so many of you guys in comments. People start having fun once they learn how the game works. And then they get to experiment, and then they figure it out. And then they're like, yes, I'm finding success. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Like, so many times I get asked, like, what's the best weapon class in Onigiri? And I always say, like, well, what do you enjoy playing? Because at the end of the day, like, unless you're staff and you don't have sublimes, like, on average, chances are you can beat every opponent with every weapon type. You're going to go out of that dungeon and you're going to leave it with a clear reward and a drop. The time that's going to take to do that is going to vary, but you can do it. Like, can you beat Satan with every weapon type except, like, staff? Yes, sure. If you have, like, Holy Pillar and shit, yeah, you can do it if you're strong enough. But, like, on average, out of all the offensive classes, you can beat Satan with all of them. Nothing, like, Oni isn't a game where you boot it up and someone says, yeah, you gotta play Spear because X, Y, and Z. Like, it's never been that kind of game. It's never been like, oh, this is the meta, you gotta do this, it's my way or the highway. And I'm really grateful that Oni's never been that. The closest thing we've ever had is, like, Keiji being so universally good that, like, the universally good things, they kind of become like this meta thing, like, this too good to be true, you have to use it or else. Like, things like Knowledges, Icicle Punishment, Keiji, Zunko. Can I help you with Tiamat Oni mode? Maybe? Sure? I guess. Like, but I'm really glad that it's never really come to that. Because it could have. Like, we've almost had this Darkfin meta where Darkfin was the only weapon worth considering. Nothing else but Darkfin was good, and I came back to that, and I was like, this is bullshit. You know, everything's good. Everything has different purposes. Yeah, that's the best thing about Oni, is its flexibility. People can do whatever they want and win their way. That's more important than winning, is doing it your way. Because, like, if you wanted to, you want to just go beat, like, if you want to beat Onigiri, it's very simple. It's just have money and wait until Keiji comes out, spend money, get Keiji. Step 2, spend money, get Reduxes. Step 3, get a decent accessory. Great. You and Money-kun, and level up, you know, you and Money-kun have now beaten the game. You have money, buy Lion's Dog every month. Right. The struggle is more fun than the success. Success without a struggle is fruitless and boring. Like, imagine you open up a book and the book says, once upon a time there was a hero. The hero got a super magic awesome sword. It was better than everything. Okay. The hero beheaded the great evil. Okay. The hero lived happily ever after. Okay. And you go to the next page. There is no next page. It's done. That's it. Congratulations. You won. There was no struggle. It's boring. It's boring. Struggle is what's exciting. That's the good stuff. The struggle is the meat. Like, the struggle is to, like, let's say the goal is to feed yourself. The goal is to sustain yourself. Well, okay, your goal is to feed yourself, is to be full. You have two options. One, you can, like, go, like, to the store, cook something and eat it. Okay, you've struggled, you've eaten it, you've filled it up. You're more satisfied eating something you cooked as opposed to injecting yourself with nutrients that just feed you. Like, yes, you've achieved the same thing, but it's not, like, you've achieved the same result, but it's not there. Like, it's journey versus destination. Now, if you have a greater goal, then sure, maybe you have to do that. Maybe you have to get the takeout because it's cheap and inexpensive and it just aligns with your lifestyle. But it's the struggle that makes it exciting. Absolutely. What is it? You wanted Tia Oni help? But yeah, like, struggle, like, journey over destination every single time. Struggle, absolutely. That's, oh, I typed that in the wrong chat. I probably won't see that. But absolutely, that's, you're in Oni. Okay, well, give me a minute. What'd you say? Is I'm gonna run an alt through the Onigiri story now? Well, I've already run an alt through the Onigiri story. Scarlet Rose. I played a second character a long time ago. I went from point A to point B. But no, that's just rereading a book. Because you've already experienced it. Okay, so Tiamat Oni. How do I do that? I think you meant free to play. And yeah, for some people, that is fun. The funnest part of being free to play is knowing that you're succeeding with limited resources. I did run Wand. Scarlet Rose is a Wand, is a wisdom power character. I had full power and full wisdom. I played Wand. I played Wand Sword. I did. What is this? It's a lychee. I don't remember how to do Tiamat. Okay. Tiamat's not, like, it's not easy. It's not. Like, yeah, having punishment and headless and all that stuff, yeah, it's useful. Right, I do use another weapon. Okay. Yeah. Toshi. My attack goes down? Really? Oh, because that's Tadakachu. Why my affinity's not that? Huh. Oh well. Okay, how do I get to the main town? I think I talked to that punk Kappa over there. Oh my fuck. Cudgels. Alright, so let's go to Onigashima? Yes. I didn't even look at that exchange show. At all. Okay. You know, there's always something refreshing about hearing Onigashima music. Is this the pointer? I know I haven't touched that in like a week and a half. Hey, it's Jibbitch. I'm not sure, was that Junko coming? Because they went to Onigashima too. Oh, okay, there they are. Right on. Okay. Oh, hola. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna need energy for this. Hold on. Let me see here. Energy. That's a full, okay. Okay, so I'm rusty, so bear that in mind. I have not fought this guy in probably a month and a half. I need SP. Okay. Nice rapid, whoever did that. Thank you. Did I miss? Oh, he's dead! Good job! Oh, I killed him? Huh? I got a lucky box. Would you look at that? Sub 2 minutes, that's fantastic. Right on. Good job, everyone. That's not too shabby. And everyone pulled their weight. That was fantastic. Yeah. Like, it becomes not worth it. Exactly, Shonen. Like, and yeah, like that's assuming, yeah, that's assuming solo play. Because someone, even if you got like even if you tried to roll all the free Sublime banners and you managed to get one, like then you're running out of restores. Like it's not in the cards. Like it's not something. It's not made. Like it's not made for them. It's like, oh, that's a nice weapon. But yeah, Purg is like the caviar of like fish and chips, right? Like it's not made for you. Like, you know? Like, unless you're running with other people that have stuff. Like, it's not practical either. Like, you would need a control group to, like, see it. Like, to find 5 fully free-to-play characters and ask them to go through a purg, it would be interesting. Because they'd have to have no... Like, and that's... I would say that means no Icicle Punishment, no Salome, nothing that's, like, not vanilla. Like, just using default resources. Like, I think it's doable, but like you said, it's going to take 25 minutes. It's not going to be, like, comfortable. I'm out of SP. Great. Oh, we lost somebody. Okay, we'll wait for them. You want a PS5, Botch? Nice. So he's not free to play, he's on PS5. Simple. He's paying to go faster. You should be playing on PS4. You could have had a KG for that kind of money. Alright, there's Junko. I remember when people got PS4 Pros just to play faster. And it did play faster. And that's when we knew that it wasn't Oni's servers, it was the fucking console holding it back. Oh, eat his ass. I'm in pain. Please stop hitting me. I'm dead. Nice. Good job, guys. And I guess that's another thing about Oni, is that, like, the term I used, vanilla, like, that doesn't exist. Like, that is the most unicorn thing in the entire game. That's great. I'm proud of him. But, like, think about this. So, in Oni, to find a vanilla player would be a player that does not have any event mags, any event weapons, any event accessories, or any event skills on their build. Like, ever. Like, to find such a beast would be insane. Who healed me? Thank you. Like, to find someone, because, you know, you can be free to play and have knowledge, free to play and have other sides. Like, to find a free to play who has Tempests or Horse Mags and no Purg weapons and so, like, if you were to theory craft it, you would have to be like, how high could you go? Like Darkfins and Tiamats? Darkfin? Like, but then you'd have to factor in, like, was the player carried? Does that count? Like, in our roguelike Onigiri experience. Oh fuck, I'm using darkness. Sir? I've never seen this one fly. Yeah. But then you've got to consider, like, do we exclude someone who's been carried from this metric? Because I can be free to play and get into a party with, like, good old, you know, Aurelia, and they're running Purg. I got a Purgogi. Like, you know, like, it's so unfathomable to consider a vanilla Onigiri player, like a player, absolutely. Like, just the concept of it is so infinitesimally small. Like, because everyone benefits from events and stuff. Like, if you logged in during a special login event, you've benefited from an event. You have more OC than you're supposed to have. You have more resources than you're supposed to have. Then you factor in, like, well, what if they go to a stall? What if they go buy a Coda Noah mag? I don't know. Like, what if they just sell enough things? And I mean, technically, that's within reason. It's a weird topic to consider. Because, like, free to play is one thing for sure, but, like, it doesn't really. Free to play in Oni doesn't mean as much as free to play in other gacha games would indicate. I think that's the accurate assumption or takeaway from this discussion. What's that? Bernadex? What is your name? X Cold Hearted. Oh, okay. Oh, you're welcome. It was fun. Yeah, I haven't fought Tiamat in a long time. It's fun. I gotta take this mag off. Can't breathe. I can't regenerate my energy. Oh, I can recover now. Oh my god, daily achievement. Oh my god, what is this? Oh yeah? Plus a bunch of other debuffs? Yeah, and that's like, and that's something you see in long-standing games that's fun. Like, that's the... Oh, you're welcome, Junko. That's the equivalent of the Pokemon Nuzlocke. That's the equivalent of the... You know, having a fight with a hand tied behind your back. Putting limitations on yourself is fun. like, randomizers are fun. Like, if Oni wanted to just make a fun mode, that is fun. Like, you give us Juncture with random bosses, like every 10th floor boss is random, and you give it so that when we enter Juncture, we spawn in with a random Vanguard. Like, it's a random one, not one that you own, it's a random Vanguard. It's assigned to you. And that's the fun of it. The fun of it is your lack of options. The fun of it is making do with what you have. Like, it's the difference between playing, like, a constructed game of, like, cards, like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus everybody opening packs right there and building a deck or to use with what you have, with the limited resources you have. That's, like, both are fun, but one is ultimately more fun than the other. It's not to say that, oh, making your perfect character isn't fun. It's absolutely fun. When you have nothing and you get your first 105, you get your first Mag, you get your first Gemini, your first Asugi, your first, like, Sparrow, whatever. It's fun. It's fun as fuck. It's satisfying. Fuck, I need one of those right now. A free beginner's pack with 4 knowledges, icicle punishments, Halom. Did you say 2 maid outfits? 2 maid accessories? Yeah. Like, now, to make it better, they overhaul the achievements in the game. Like, that stuff there, like, before, if you got to level 100, you got Oogie skill card set 3. Meditation, Tidal Wave, whatever else is on that card, mainly meditation, you know, and it was worthwhile. Now, I think the game, that's a great point. The game's achievements, like now we have the Sunrise weapons, right? We have the Sunrise weapons that if you're level whatever, you get X bonuses. Like, those are great. All you need to do is get Ryu. And you can get that from, like, any exchange shop, from, like, any event, because they have Ryu in them. That's why it's there. Ryu is valuable to new players. But, like, if they were to overhaul the achievements to make it so that, hey, you made it to, like, 105? Here, we're going to give you one of each 105 mag. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, that would be the best. Or they give you a box, and you can choose one 105 from the box. Like, you made it to 105? Great. Here's one of these. Choose one of these 8 mags. And it says, like, for sword, for this, for that, for this, for that. You pick the one you want. You realize, and then this teaches the player, this is really good. Can I get more of these? And, like, you get one in its recipe, one in its recipe. And it's like, holy shit. And then let's say you reach 117 and you get a fused in its recipe. Holy shit. Wouldn't that be swell? To get that one free sample to show you the right way to go along the path. Wouldn't that just be good? That would just be great. And it, like, if they had more things, like, you made it to 110, like, here's a 110 weapon, like, and it would show you, like, what to do. Yeah, and I understand devaluing things, like, or things depreciating over time, which is kind of natural. Like, I'm also against, like, things being event exclusive. Like, we have the Greed Mag, which can't be traded, and we have the Crystal Mag that can't be traded. We have 7 of the 8 knowledges that can't be traded, but the mountain ones can, and the Redux can be traded, but the Crystal Mag and the Greed Mag can't. So it's like there's this wishy-washy nature to it, and the answer is not make those things that are tradable not tradable. Like, that's not the desired outcome. Like, I've always been a big proponent for re-release the Kotanoa, but under a different name. Like, just release a new mag that takes the exact same drops, and it just give it a different name. It's the exact same mag, just change the name of it, and you have it. Like, you have access to it. Like, and there's nothing stopping them from, like, releasing Icicle Punishment again, but changing its name and just calling it something else, or and changing how it looks. But, like, hitboxes and functionality, it remains the same. Because, like, imagine, for example, a game like Street Fighter, where you, on your Ryu, have Halloween Hadoken, and it's like 3 frames faster and does more damage, but only the people that played during Halloween have access to Halloween Hadoken. And it's just better than regular Hadoken. And you can't buy it, and it gives you a distinct advantage over people that don't have it. Like, it's just wrong. Right. So, Jesse, that's a great point. If everybody got free 105s, they would be selling it. Right. Now, what happens when everybody has 105s? They don't need 105s. Like, if everybody has it, nobody needs it. Like, this is like that argument of, like, remember there was like a comet orbiting Earth, and scientists said, you know, if we went to that comet and it's got so much gold on it, if we mined all that gold, we could make everybody like bazillionaires. And everyone's like, that's not how it works. If gold is as common as dirt, then it loses its value. It's only valuable because it's rare. You know? Like, if people would farm their own alts. Yes. But those mags wouldn't have as much appeal because you could just get them. You would just get it. Like, it wouldn't be as lucrative of a thing. Like, the reason fuse mags sell is because there's a lot that goes into a fuse mag. Number one is the whole 105 mag, the Ronin, you know, the seal, the moon mats, the recipe. Like, they have intrinsic value. That's why people run Oni modes, so they can get fuse mags, and they need the fuse mags to make the Reduxes, and the fuse mags to make the Lucifer, the fuse mags to make their build, to make their Tempest, to make their Kotanoas, to make their Crystal Mag, to make, you know, and so on and so on. Crystal Mag takes a Tempest. That's some bullshit, isn't it? I'm just remembering that. That is some bullshit. But yeah, like, if the game introduced these actual, like, in retrospect, like, if you wanted a new person to come into the game, you want them to come into the game, learn the game's mechanics, be friendly, nice to you, make you enjoy the game, get you hooked and in a good place, in good standing, and, you know, like, and you just want, like, this escalator experience that brings you, expedites your journey, should you choose. Like, when you start Oni, you have, like, an experience booster until you're level 100. Like, you just start with it. It doesn't go anywhere. We didn't have that. Like, you just have intrinsic fever until you're a certain level. What are these? I'll need those for when the Sublimes come. What are these? Absolutely. Is there a scrap in here? I bet there is. There it is. Yay, it takes both drops. Okay. I hate it when things only take one drop and it like just like lopsides my inventory. I already bought some of these. So yeah, it'd be great if as you leveled through the game you got, because you do get a status point reset around like level 70, like once you beat Sekigahara, because most people have tried out different weapons and like, huh, I like this more than that, or that more than this, and they want to change. So that's respectable. But really, yeah, like when you hit 105, the game should give you a box that lets you choose which 105 mag you want. And when you reach 117, the game should give you a 117 mag. And then, or a fuse mag. And if you reach 128, should you get a Tempest? Yeah, those recipes are ass. You should get a Tempest. Or better yet, I think you should get the Tempest recipe. I think you should just get a recipe for Tempest. I don't think you should just get a Tempest. I think you should get the recipe. Because getting that recipe is ass. Like, yeah. Like, you shouldn't just get the Tempest. Yeah, it's a really bad drop. Like, I just farmed Oni medals for my Tempest recipe. Like, I got, like, I think 2 Tempest recipes from him, and it wasn't mine. I gave up on it. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Like, I think you should get the 105, without a doubt. Like, get the 105. The recipes are easy to get. Get a 105. But then get the fused recipe. Like, get the fused recipe, get the Tempest recipe at the right levels. Because, honestly, that's the worst part about the game, is that you can have all the drops for something and not have your recipe. Like, I had quit for, like, 3 months because I didn't have my cross recipe. And I farmed Satan 1,000 times. And I did not have my cross recipe. And I didn't play for, like, 3 months. Or, no, I didn't play. No, I didn't quit because of that. No. That was before we didn't get an update. No. You never got past Edo? Dang. But yeah, like, recipes, like, people not getting their Tiamat recipes sucks. Like, I think realistically, I think everyone should just get every recipe. Like, I don't like the recipe acquisition thing. Like, I think you should just get the recipe. Like, you just do the quest, you get the recipe. Like, you should just get, like, you know how, like, you talk to Kaguya and you can use Zenith medals to, like, make, like, a lot of the mags because she just intrinsically knows how to? Like, that should just be a thing. And then, if you do get the recipe, it just reduxes it. Like, it gives you, like, an easier version. But, like, yeah. Like, that would work, actually. Because technically, the Zenith medal way is one version of a recipe, and then there's another version that uses other materials. Like, there should be a Zenith medal version of, like, everything. Yeah, and they should use the monster cards, absolutely. Like, monster cards are a drop, as long as they don't use Keiju no Kimi's monster card, ever. As long as they don't use that. Yeah, monster cards, like, you should be able to trade monster cards for drops, you should be able to, like, use monster cards for lots of things, but at this point, they pretty much don't even exist. But, you know, hopefully, there will be some good coming out of this survey for us. Like, hopefully because the number one thing we voted for on the survey, and thank you everyone who voted and put in your 2 cents, was quality of life. Yeah, Spear has card captor, yeah. But, like, the number one thing we voted for was quality of life. So, if they, like, I know, like, right now they're doing something, like, making it so that when you're talking to Kaguya, you can see how much Ryu you have. Or when you're smelting, you can see how much Ryu you have. The whole game needs a rewrite. I think, like, I've always said just make the game look, like, sexier. And I mean that in every sense. Like, I want all the attack animations to look sick. I want everything to look amazing. I want everything to feel good. I want the characters to look good. The game plays good. The gameplay is great. Like, that's the one thing Oni has down is its gameplay. And if they could just like gradually like just upgrade assets all the time and like just make the game look up to date, like that would be great. Cuz nobody wants to like restart it. Yeah, I mean, the code is the code. But at this point, like, I've always believed that Oni, like, when Oni designs their characters, their vanguards, you look at them, they play good. Like, the AI that goes into, like, when Satan fights you is insane. Like, if you run left, you're getting kicked in the head. And left is, like, the most natural direction to run. Like, I remember learning all these things, like, oh. But it's the jank that makes it good. Like, if it was something that just came out, yeah, you fix the jank. But now the jank is a part of Onigiri. Like, if Onigiri suddenly got like tens of thousands of new players, yes, you do that. But if Oni's player base is still catering to its, 10-year, 5-year, 3-year player base, like people that have been playing for those amounts of time, you have to leave the old things in. Like when they implemented Type A and Type B, like it was very divisive. I hate Type A. We're on Type A right now, I hate it. And then they took it away. That's fun. Like that's like when people play like Mario 64 and they're like speed running it. They're like backwards long jumping. Like now imagine today if like they remade like if they remade Mario 64 but took out all the glitches, you're not going to get any hardcore players to buy it. You're not. Like you're just going to get people that are going to buy it because of its name. Like it's when things get that old, it's part of the charm. Like it's what's exciting. Anyway. Oh good, I can buy the spirits. It's the opposite drop. I had to change Aurelia's face because it's ugly in Type A. Like, it's so ugly. But, like, I have to make do with whatever I have now. Yeah. If I don't crash going to character select. So there's my old face, I think. They all had my old face. Ugly as sin. Look at this face. Ugly as all sin. Where am I? Yamatai Koku? Echigo? Kyoto. This ugly ass, big eyes, stupid, non-existent nose. It's just this horrible face. Type A just ruined my face. It used to be so beautiful, elegant. I'm on a drop boost somehow. How strong is it? Oh, that's pretty good, 300%. That's pretty good. How do I get presents? But yeah, Type A was horrible. And I think that's a problem for any kind of game, is like, after, like, now, on one hand, we don't agree to purchase Onigiri, like it's a free download, like you don't really purchase it. But like, I don't like the idea of when you purchase a product that after you've bought it, the developer or whatever makes changes so drastic from its original intention. Like, imagine you buy a bike and you bring it home and you use your bike and you like your bike, and then in like 2 months the bike company comes to your door and says, "Hi, we need to patch your bike." And it's like, "Why? I like it. It's working good." I was like, "Oh, no. We're going to improve your bike." "Okay, but I don't want you to." "Well, if you don't want us to patch your bike, you can't go outside and play with other bikers with it." "Oh, really?" "Yeah, it's unsafe." "Okay. Well, if that's the case, then how about you fix my bike?" "Okay, sure." Then they come inside and they patch your bike, and you download it and it's changed, and now your bike has safety wheels on it, or like it can't go as fast. They remove a chain or whatever. And it's like, "Hey, why did you do that to my bike? That's not why I bought it." "Oh, well, it was necessary." And it's like, "Well, fuck. Can I set it back the old way?" No, we destroyed the old way." "Oh." And it's like, "Well, what do I do with it now?" And it's like, "Well, you have to play it our way." It's like, "Well, I don't want to." Like, it's so dumb. Examples aside, like, right, but that's your choice. So I agree. So if it's not working, but the thing is, in my example, the bike owner says the bike is working perfectly. There's no problems with it. To him, it's working as intended. Now, if you, as the bike owner, say, "Yeah, my bike isn't working. It's a piece of shit. 2 tires popped off, and it's almost snapping in half. I want this fixed." And then they fix it. Okay, great. You're happy. I think they took away Type B to, like, save space in the game, and to try and, like, railroad the game towards looking nicer, in their opinion, to attract newer players. And that's the thing with choice. Like, with Type A and Type B, you could choose which one to have, even though, like, the developers will, "Yeah, Type A is just better than Type B, but you can still use the old one." Great. You gave us the choice. Fantastic. But then you take away that choice and leave us with the thing we didn't want in the first place. It's very disheartening and angry. Yes and no. Like, and that in itself is the problem with live service online games. That's the nail on the head. The problem with these things is that you buy them and you don't actually own them, which is the biggest fallacy. Yes, it's your account. It's an account you have access to. Like, in a vacuum, you don't own this. Like, you own a license on a console or a computer to play a game on somebody else's server. Right, exactly. Like, and that's why physical games are so important. It's so important. Like, the biggest, and that's why people are so mad with, like, you ever hear about those games that are completely single player games, but they still require you to go online for some fucking reason? And you'll usually see this on, like, a lot of, like, Xbox games or AAA games, and they'll release a single player game that has nothing to do with online, but in order to play it, you have to go online. And it's like, well, why? It's a single player game. Yeah, I did hear about Ubisoft, yeah. Ubisoft was saying that if you don't log into your Ubisoft account for like X amount of time, which is, I think it's like a year or two or an excessive amount of months, then they'll send you an email saying we're going to terminate your account if you don't play on it. And they were like, well, if I bought the Ubisoft games on Steam, can I still play them? It's like, no. Like, I imagine you could, but you'd have to, like, get a new Ubisoft account, and you'd have to, like, re-link that game with your account. Like, you wouldn't have your data. You wouldn't have access to your old progress. But yeah, I did hear about it. It's like... It's a lot like assisted suicide. It'd be like, yeah, like what anyone who isn't a CEO, what are they gonna do? Like, that's just the consequences. Yeah, exactly. Like, and the Ubisoft thing is like that for, like, remember when Oni, a year or two back, Oni said, for anyone who hasn't logged in the past, like, 6 months, we're going to delete your friends list. And that was like, okay. And everyone that cared about it made sure they logged in. People that didn't care about it, it was just their friends list. They weren't deleting characters, it was just friends lists. To offload all these dead players from a cache, from guilds, from all these things. It was to offload these things to, like, lighten the load on the server. And I was like, okay, it's fine. Like, I had no qualms with it. Because it wasn't like, hey, if you haven't logged in 6 months, you're deleting your account. It's like, no, that's bad. That's bad shit. Like, Ubisoft bad. What's the best Ubisoft game? Like, what are they known for? Like, I've had Ubisoft games in the past. Like, they have, what, Assassin's Creed? And, like, I think we were talking about yeah, they have. That's a good point. I'm trying to think about Ubisoft. Like, Ubisoft had... We talked about Phoenix Rising, and they have, like, the Assassin's Creeds. They have Rayman. I don't play that much Ubisoft. Yeah, Immortals, yeah. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like, I don't know that much Ubisoft stuff. But yeah, you're right. So the deletion of servers. So... But that wasn't due to, like, inactivity. That was due to the whole server not having sustainability. You like the Far Cry games? My friend bought me Far Cry 2, and it's the first game I ever traded in because I didn't like it. I hated Far Cry 2. I don't know if I played any other Far Cries. I don't think so. I'm not a big Far Cry guy. Tom Clancy, yeah. Not my jive. So yeah, like, so the 3 servers that Oni's killed. So you've got, what was the first one to go? It was, to my knowledge, wasn't it Xbox? Yeah, like, but there is a difference between what Ubisoft's doing. There's a huge difference between what Ubisoft's doing and, like, MMOs shutting down certain servers. So, like, let's say we're playing Immortals Phoenix Rising, and there's one guy that got an Ubisoft account just to play Immortals Phoenix Rising, and he beat the game, and he's never touched anything Ubisoft ever again. This has no bearing on any other Ubisoft game at all. Like, it has no bearing. Like, okay, there's one guy who's not playing. Who gives a shit? Like, that's not... What are you going to gain from deleting his account? Nothing. You've just gained an enemy. Like, I don't get that. Like, it's not, like, costing the servers an insane stress to, like, have that one account inactive as opposed to, like, you know, inactive servers. So, yeah, like, so Xbox Oni was the first one to go down, and Xbox went down. It does, but it depends. Like, it frees up usernames and empties out their database. But how much? How substantial is that? Like, I get that frees up usernames and stuff, but like if Ubisoft was a console, like if Ubisoft was another Xbox or a PlayStation, okay, no, it's not okay. It's not. It's even worse because you have game like no, that's even worse. Even worse. It must be, or they're just retarded. But yeah, so like in terms of like the servers that closed in Oni, so you have Xbox that went first, and Xbox Japan was really dead, and I think that's just because Japan and Xbox don't really get along. They have a lower player base on average for like everything. That might change though with the Activision acquisition. But you know, back to the main topic. Xbox had the GG, like glitching mags, glitching re-rolling rolls. Like, Xbox was so fucked up that, Xbox was so fucked up that it was unsustainable. They were not profiting from it. No matter what they did, like, it was far too late, so it had to go. Then they had EU. So, Onigiri EU on Xbox and PS4. They might have gone first, actually. I don't remember. But the EU server came out. Yeah, I can sometimes open my friends list. If I opened it right now, I'd crash, because this stream's been going on for probably 2 hours. Yeah. So then you have the EU server that... The EU server was doomed because all the people that were from the EU area played on the North American server, learned everything, and then came over to it, told all their friends, knowledges are coming, don't waste your money, don't waste your time, don't support it, you can get through this game free to play, just wait. And that happened, and the game was unprofitable, everyone got their knowledges, they didn't need to do anything, and the game died. So it died to forethought. It died to future sight. And then PC kind of reached the same point, but PC was not as bad as Xbox, but they had a lot of help from Cyberstep. So, like, Cyberstep released, like, the fucking pergs and made the perg ogies so good that it invalidated the need for anyone who knew what they were doing to buy anything ever again. Like, if you guys had seen some of the footage from using Dragon Arc Oogies, like Dragon Arc 7s, the perg ogies from Dragon Arcs, like, that footage of Dragon Arc perg ogies, like, before they were nerfed, was like players doing damage cap 10 times on everything they fought using a Gakaho weapon, a 115, using Gakaho 7 Tornado and doing cap with horse mags. It was so good that it recreated the knowledge epidemic in a way to where, like, and they're free. I still don't think, like, the pergogis are too good to be given away a lot. Like, they're just free accessible. Like, it's a dangerous line to teeter. And, like, it just got so unsustainable. So they have that. And then there was some event where they gave away paid OC, but it was supposed to be free OC, but it was paid OC. And Cyberset fucked up. And players had learned from old events to make like 1 million dummy accounts. So that's a good point, Jesse. That's a great point. So, but PC players had made so many dummy accounts in preparation for the next time Cyberset fucked up that they did. And people had probably tens of thousands of dollars worth of paid content or paid OC on their game. So much so that the old Onigiri streamers from PC, when they would stream, they would put a little black bar over their OC count because it had like 1 to 2 more digits than I had now. Like, on average, because they had just accumulated so much OC from this that they could get everything. They didn't have to pay for anything. And it was kind of the opposite of Xbox finally reached that point of unsustainability. Like, there were so many glitches that people knew to take advantage of, so much debug mode, and so much, like, reverse engineering, etc., 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 that the game reached a point that it wasn't producing profit because those Dragon Arc Ogies existed. Everyone had all the OC ever, so they could get all the Purg Ogies. People had their KG. They used that OC potentially to, like, get KG. Like, they never even got Honda, I don't think. I don't know if PC got Honda. I don't think PC got Everlasting Gale. Like, Everlasting Gale was that good. Like, and that's why our Dragon Arc Ogies, our rank 7s and stuff, like, they're not as strong as their PC counterparts. Like, I was using this in Oni mode like 20 minutes ago, and it does okay. It's like 6 mils. But in their vanilla state, on a Purg weapon, it would be cap. They were that strong. Right. So, like, there are reasons why all the servers fail. And then the number one was Onigiri Heroes on the phone. The worst piece of shit game I ever seen in my life. Like, the game was like, Onigiri Heroes is what Onigiri would be if they had designed the game with Vanguards in mind. Because for those who played it or tried it, you guys know that you only had one weapon. You only had one weapon, couldn't switch weapons. Weapons had infinite durability. On the bottom left, you had a Vanguard button, a Mount button. And you could, like, the game was built with under the assumption that every player has a Vanguard and a Mount and one weapon. Yeah, Onigiri Heroes. And basically, and if you had a Vanguard, like, if you had KG, let's say, KG's a bad example. If you had, where is the woman? Miyamoto Musashi, and you had one scroll of Miyamoto, she would only go to level 20. So you'd have to have 2 scrolls to take her to 40, 3 scrolls to take her to 60, 4 scrolls to take her to 80, and then 5 scrolls to take her to 150. Assuming they even had 150. I don't even know how the 150 would work. But you couldn't, like, in our game, if you get 1 scroll, you can level a Vanguard to 100. But you just don't have access to all their skills because you have to have certain scroll awakening requirements to get some skills, which we're fine with. But you'll usually get the rank 5 or 6 version of those skills, and then some buffs are locked away. So that was dog shit. And then I think it was the same for mounts. Like, if you got Ifrit could only level up to 20. And you couldn't feed them Compaytus or weapons. Like, you had to level them up with experience. Like, with experience boosts and stuff. I don't know if they had Compaytus or not. They probably did. And you couldn't feed them weapons. And you only had one weapon in the dungeon. So that means you're pretty much, like, if you wanted to be a solo player, you had to have every Vanguard. And they made Genai and Izuna not free. They made them, like, gacha. Now, they made them, like, gold Vanguards, I think. That was dog shit. And then... no. They made them bad. And Onigiri Heroes was just so bad. Just so fucking bad. Like, I did a review on it, and it was just me talking shit for like 30 minutes. It was so fucking bad. And it deserved to die. Absolutely. Fuck, I was thinking of this the other day, like, and it would be like how Onigiri could make money. Like, legitimately. And it's like, the number one thing is like, the simplest way for Oni to make money is, like, you guys know, like, certain events, you get to go over to the special gacha, and you get to come over here, and it says one roll is 10 OC once a day. It's that. That is literally it. If that was there every single day on every special lineup, you could spend 10 OC, 10 paid OC to get a single pull. If that was there every day, Cyberstep makes infinite money. If that was there every day. Because that means you get one Yorozu for $1 every day. That means in 2 months, for the cheapest value possible, you can get any Vanguard you want. And let's say you have 4 lineups here, and you do like $4 a day for a month. You now have you can now Yorozu any Vanguard you want. Yeah. Like that is literally the simplest way Cyberstep could make money in today's gaming economy. Is literally that. Every day, you just a single pull, and then you might get a Vanguard. Yeah, Gala has that, Thanksgiving has that, different events have that. We had one this year. I don't remember what it was, but it was there, and I forgot about it. Like, I think it was when I went on my trip. If you want more, then just roll more. You agree? Yeah. Like, the people that don't know the value of it would bitch, but at least people are talking about it. Like, in the game I used to play, Fire Emblem Heroes, every new time a banner would come out, you got one free summon. Every time. Not once a day, you got one free summon. And if that was the case, you just got a free pull every day. Well, not free, but like, you know, a 10 OC, like a 1/5 the price pull, you get a Yorozu every single day. Legendary tickets in the point exchange, Compaytus, Vanguard scraps, and the Black Cat was the only... Yes, exactly. That was the good stuff from Heroes, and we didn't see it. Or we never saw it in our games. Absolutely. Yeah, legendary tickets in the point exchange is wild. Absolutely. Compaytus, Vanguard scraps, and the Black Cat was wild. Yeah, you could get a scrap for 10 Yorozus. Which, in the long run, is like, if you had no scraps, you're going negative. But if you're dealing with a Vanguard that's not around, or a third-party Vanguard like Akane or Itsuko or Zunko, then it's worth your time. Yeah, if the Black Cat had scraps, absolutely. Absolutely. That'd be wild. It'd be perfect. Yeah. Like, it's such a shame that it went to such a shit game. Like, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm still thinking on whether I want the new Sublime that comes out Friday. I might do the discount, like, to see what I get. I would also like that, and that's just one thing they could do to make money, and that literally just makes them money. Like, that's literally it. The other thing is, like, have a paid login calendar that's too good to be true. Like Genshin and Honkai and all that, they have their Star Pass or whatever, their Welkin Moon, their Rail Pass, like, just stuff that's inefficient and it's too good to be true. That's literally how you make money, is just having things that are inefficient and too good to be true. And having things worth getting. And that's the other problem with Onigiri, honestly. It's that... I'm opening a drink, by the way, so I'm making noise. But it's not that... The problem isn't that there's sometimes nothing to do. The problem lies in fact that there's nothing worth doing. And I think that's the thought I come back to a lot in Oni, is that it's not that there's nothing to do, it's that there's nothing or very little that's worth doing. Like, I don't know if that sentiment is shared or not, but sometimes I feel like that's how it is. You got Holy Empty Sky / Sublime for your Adachi? Nice, Joe. Can you use a PS5 controller on PS4? I don't know. Like, you could plug it in? I don't even know if you can use a PS5... I don't even know if you can use a PS4 controller on a PS5. I'm not one to ask. I haven't turned on my PS4 in over a year. Yes, for lower level players, they have a lot to do, yeah. For the... oh, yes, you can. That's great to know. Did I see that? I didn't see a message you posted earlier, no. What time is it? 11:20, fuck. You regret not getting the Yago Jube? Oh, that message. I already kind of ran the event. This stream's been going on for like 2 hours. I ran the event like with like 3 restores. I'm probably wrapping things up here relatively soon, but I appreciate the ask, but I won't be running the event. Yeah. Like, I have 20 energy, I see. I'm probably going to run that and then wrap things up. Not that I'm bored, it's just I'm running out of time. Usually streams crash and I just like, okay, I accept it. But this has been such a great, lucrative talk. I really enjoy it. It's great engagement from everybody here. I appreciate it. Glad you came and listened and stuff. I also got to say that... what is that? I'm getting older. Like, you know, I've been playing the game for 10 years now. I started it when I was like 20-something. But recently, I found a vitamin, or a pair of vitamins, that make me feel like I'm 20 years old. If that makes sense. No, I'm not quitting. Calm down, Joe. I'm talking that I found some vitamins that anybody can take, and they make you feel like you're energetic. Like, they give you energy. Like, I've been laughing more. I've been like happy more. Like these aren't like happy pills or whatever. But like I've just been like adding this vitamin to my diet, and I find me as a person have been more, I've had more like of an attention span. I've had more of an excitement, more of a fulfillment with things. Like I laugh easier. Like I'm just enjoying myself more. And it's like, it's great. It's fantastic. Like a lot of the times, like I'll log into Oni and it's just to log in to do stuff. But like today I was playing, I was having fun. Like we did Tiamat. It was fun. It was exciting. Like, and that's awesome. Hey, Almost Dope. What is that you're saying? You're asking a question. Is it worth to get back into Oni? Haven't played since 2018 because this was honestly my favorite MMO to play, and you still listen to the OST. That's the sign of a good game right there. So any good game you play, you pretty much have a song or two from it on your YouTube likes or whatever. Like I'm pretty sure. I think it's worth getting back into. So what's your name? Dope. So this year, Dope, it's going to be Onigiri's 10-year anniversary. So that's coming this fall. So if you started playing back now and you got back into the groove, by the time September, October, November rolls around and that anniversary comes out, that 10-year anniversary, you're going to be here just in time. Like the game, I get this question a lot. Is Onigiri like better? Like, I'll always answer this. Ever since we merged with JP, Onigiri, like now is the best time to play Onigiri. Like, if you take Onigiri now and compare it to like 2018 or 2019 or 2017, it's night and day. Like, now we have the Tennosi restores, like we have our Yorozus are the same as PCs and JPs. Like, everything in Oni got better, and we just filled out a huge survey, and they're going to like improve quality of life. They're going to add new features. They're going to buff old vanguards. Like, they noticed that we don't just like the new stuff. We like our old stuff, and they're going to buff it. So, yeah. So the 10-year anniversary is coming. Like, if there was ever a time to get back, like, and that's the thing. If there was ever a time to get back into something you love, it's now. Because it's either now or never. Like, and that's a true statement. Like, if you like it, get back into it because it's still there. But if it's not, like, if you like it and it's not there, then fuck, right? It sucks. So yeah, like, get back into it. Give it a try. Feel it out. The game only gets better. Well, you know, it doesn't get worse on average. And now we have the login event, so every day you can come in and do a daily quest. Like, you identify a weapon, you will buy something from Moroku, you run a dungeon, and they'll give you 10 OC every day. And if you log in every day, they'll give you a big box of goodies at the end. Right on, Dope. Glad to hear it. Like, see, I gotta go identify an item from Shizuka. And if I do, I get an achievement, Daily Appraisal. Which means I completed my daily. And if I go there and I collect it, or receive all, I get 3 stone baskets and 10 OC. So now we get 20 OC a day. We used to like get like 2 OC a day, and then 8 OC a day. Now we get 10 OC. Now we get 20 OC a day. I thought about this too. So if you as a player just log in every day, do your daily, and use your energy on whatever's relevant, like, you get, and this metric, like, it boggles my mind. So if you log in every day and you do that, that is 50 OC, or no, that is 100 OC in 5 days. If you do it on your weekends, 7 days a week, that is 140 OC a week. So then 280 in 2 weeks. Bi-weekly, like in 2 weeks. Bi-monthly, I guess. That's 280 OC. And then you multiply that by 2 again, and that's like 560? Is that right? 560 OC a month just for logging in and doing a quest. That's $50 a month, $56 a month worth of restores. Just here you go. Not to mention if you log in and every day you're getting energy restores, you're getting energy 10s, you're getting your login stuff. Like, that boggles my mind. Like, if someone just logged in every day. Now think about it. So with what we were saying earlier, so if you just logged in every day, did your daily, you're getting 240 OC, or no, well, you're getting 140 OC a week. And then let's say they also have the, if they implemented that, do the 10 roll a day for every banner, like, fuck, man. Like, that would just be amazing. Like, it'd just be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Like, and it's the little things. They don't need to do big things to bring out great change. It's just make the ordinary things great, and it'll make everything great. Because if every little part of your day is great, you're going to have a great day, if you think about it. Or a great session, or a great adventure. Like, make the little things enjoyable, make the little things awesome. Like, it's like having a good pair of shoes. If every step feels good, then everything you do feels good. You know what I mean? But if you have a pair of shitty shoes that it hurts to walk, then it makes everything associated with walking shitty. It's the same mentality. Like, that should be the direction things go in. To make the mundane extraordinary, and it makes everything extraordinary. You know what I mean? But yeah, so on to the point I was saying earlier. So I started adding some vitamins to my diet, and I feel like I'm 10 years younger. Like, I feel so much more energetic. I feel great. I'm not selling anything, but there's these two products, and I guess they're especially for men, but they're not products, I should say. They're vitamins. But there's a vitamin called maca and a vitamin called the ginseng root, or red ginseng. And when taken together, they improve... The ginseng improves mental clarity, and it just makes you just feel better. It makes you think better. Like, it just makes you, just enjoy things. Makes you process things better. And just adding that to your diet, it makes things like night and day. Like, you go from being, like, mopey to, like, excitable. And the maca, like, it increases, like, testosterone production in the body. So, like, you get more energy and stuff. And that makes me a teen. Thank you so much. It actually makes me, like, 20. Like, I feel like I'm 21. But yeah, like, this stuff's, it's great. Just adding it to your diet. You can get it at, like, grocery stores, and you can get it at, like, pharmacies, whatever. But, and it's always sold out. And it's also good for, like, if you're a weightlifter and stuff, it really helps. But just adding that stuff to your diet, it just helps. Like, one of my friends has, like, really chronic depression. And, like, when I take this stuff, I feel like I'm not a depressed person, but I feel undepressed. Like, I feel more eager, more energetic. And I gave him some the other day, and he was laughing. My friend very rarely laughs. Like, I haven't heard him laugh like that since we were kids. And I gave him some, like, just to try it. And I was like, see, it's working. He's like, no, this is just hilarious. I'm like, okay. But I saw it. I saw my childhood friend coming out again. And it was really cool. So, like, that was a great experience for me. Like, I've been on vacation, something I tried, and it's fantastic. But yeah, like, it's just something you just add to your diet every day or whatever, every other day. You don't want to get, like, hooked on it. Like, you don't want to just overuse it because then it loses effect. But it's just a vitamin supplement. It's just like adding vitamin D to yourself every day. Like, vitamin D, like getting sunlight, you know. It changes your perspective too. Like, people that don't get a lot of sun, if you add vitamin D, it changes your life for the better. Increases immune system, all this stuff. Like, vitamins are good. And this is old man Oro talking where, you know, I'm older now, so I'm thinking about these things. But, yeah. I feel like I'm not a better person, but I feel like I'm a better self, if that makes sense. since just adding this stuff to my diet. And it really helps me think. Like, I haven't been doing a lot of, like, writing and stuff. Like, some of you guys know that I have a novel that's written, but I gotta publish it. I gotta, like, edit it and all this stuff. And I always, like, used to brainstorm all these ideas for it when I was younger. But as I got older, I just didn't do it as much. But since taking this, I've started having this creative craving again. Like, I've spent the past week just, like, using, like, AI art to, like, solidify, to make, like, concept art for, like, my ideas and stuff, just to put my ideas on paper so I can see them in reality. And I've been just doing it. I've been doing it and doing it and doing it. I made an Instagram today just for that, to have a digital diary of my concept arts that I'm making with Novel AI, just so that I have this digital collection. Like, if I'm on my phone or I'm on my computer, I will have access to these photos. Like, it doesn't matter where I'm writing, I have access to this stuff. And it really helps. So yeah, that's great. And yes, Vach, I know you're older than me, so you need to take twice as much. But yeah, it's really helpful. I always forget you're, like, older than me, for sure. But yeah. So yeah, things are great. Things are great. Oh, I got one last weekend before I go back to work. I've been off for a couple of weeks of my vacation. I go back this Sunday. You expect a signed copy? Well, we can work on that. I gotta get them out there for sure. And I find I've been watching more anime too. Like, I've had this craving for adventure, like this craving for intellectual, creative works, let's say. Again, like, I used to watch a shit ton of anime when I was like 20. And now I'm like doing the same thing. I'm like watching shows again. Like, I watched an isekai where this guy gets reborn as a kid with, like, super magic. It's not Mushoku Tensei, but it was something else. It was enjoyable. I just watched World End Harem, and that's just the story of COVID. And then we watched, me and my friend watched Hell's Paradise, which is really good. I think it's not Jugoku Tensei or something, but Hell's Paradise is really, really good. I think that it just finished its 12 episode run or 13th episode run. That's really fun. That one just aired. We watched The Hero Is Dead, and that was funny. Yeah, I just watched, like, a bunch of shows. Like, I don't watch that much, but now I have this craving to watch. And part of it is probably, I think, because I'm not working. Because when I'm working and I come home, I feel like if I'm just watching a show, I'm, like, wasting my night. I'm wasting my time. That's kind of how I feel. But when I'm not working, it's like, oh, I have time to enjoy a show. I have time to do this or that. Another thing I've been trying to eliminate from my life, having played these games, is I hate the feeling of feeling that I have to do something. Like, when it comes to a game, like something that's not vital. Like, I hate the feeling of, like, oh, I have to log into Oni. Or I have to log into Oni, and then Genshin, and then Honkai, and then this game on my phone every single day. Not because I want to, because I have to. I hate that feeling. And I've been working really, really hard to overcome that feeling. Like, if I want to log into the game, I will. Like, I logged into Oni today because I wanted to. I wanted to stream. I wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to just play around and have fun. I did it because I wanted to, not because I felt like I had to. And that's something that, you know, when I was younger and not working, it was whatever. But now it's like, I only want to do what I want to do, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, there are things you have to do in life, but that should be important shit, like dishes and laundry and, you know, working, you know. Like, and that's when, like, we always joke, like, oh, Oni's like a second job. It is! It's absolutely. Like, if you want to stay fit in Oni, you want to stay up to snuff and good. It's a second job. You got to log in every day. You got to do your dailies. You got to use your energy. You got to finish that event before it's done. You got to get these mags. You got to do this, and it's real easy to get fucking burnt out. I'll tell you that. And you guys know me. I've always praised every single time. It's like everyone's like, "Oh, Oro, this event sucks." I'm like, "Isn't it great? Like, isn't it great? We could do something else. We could go do something else today. Wasn't that great?" Like, I've always been like that. It's like, "Oh, this event's shit. Fantastic. Can't wait to go do something else." Have I made the new mags? No, I have not. Not even close. No. I want to, but I think about it and I'm like, man, I could spend like 10 hours making this mag, or I could do anything else. Like, it'll have to happen sometime. Like I will make the greed mag because I want the greed mag. Funny enough, where's Kaguya? Can't find her. There she is. So yeah, apparently in their quality of life, they're gonna add the Ryu counter somewhere when you're making mags. Like it's gonna be like, cause this hides your Ryu, they're gonna add it somewhere to where you can actually see it. Cause you just like make mags and you run out of Ryu, and it's like, why? Yeah, the greed mag. I want to make this. I have to run Oblivion. I have to get the Yomi mag and the Ragaraja, of course. And this Saturday, I gotta remember, this Saturday, I gotta fight Ignis. I forget every week, I gotta fight Ignis. I always forget to fight Ignis. Every week, I forget. Like, I could have, like, probably 15 more organs, but I forget to fight Ignis. And then, where's the other one? Ragaraja. There it is. I gotta get this Taiken mag, the Saiha, and then, I have everything else. P.S. There's money to be made in Saihas and Tycoon mags. I wonder, do you think people are selling it? Like, I know I can't afford one with what I have on deck, but do you think people are selling them yet? I'm not sure if they are. Have I been enjoying Star Rail story? Man, that story was hard, man. I did that like a week ago, and I had a glitch in it where like it wouldn't render Fantilia's like clouds, like this smoke, and it just turned into this pink wall, and I had to fight Fantilia blind. Like, I would only see her when like the camera changed. It was fixed today, but it was actually really hard. Like the first time around. And then now I can auto battle it, but it was alright, yeah. Right, I'm trying to crash my game by going to Bazaar listings. Holy fuck. Soaring Peaks. That's not bad. Hey, dope. You're like my brother. I'm saving for Kafka. I checked. I have... That's not a bad price for... Oh, fuck, it's ornamented. Your third boost? Dang. Tycoon. Is that what we need? Is that what it is? Is that it? Is that one of them? This is a crafted mag, Oro. Don't buy it. You can craft this mag, Oro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Oro. You can craft this. We've been over this. Saiha. 200? Fucking bet. Done. Please tell me that was the right mag. Thank God. Whew! I almost got shanked. Magatama crafting. How would I find it? Is it a colorless mag? It's a mind mag, isn't it? No. No. Skill mag? Ragaraj is a skill mag. Okay, I got that. Tycoon. What the hell's a Tycoon? This ain't no spear mag, I'll tell you that right now. Tycoon. It's a colorless? I better check this. Make sure. Oh, I clicked on all. I was very confused. Tycoon. Setsuna Mag's craftable since when? Huh, interesting. What's a Snow Magatama? Oh, that's the base form of that thing. Okay. Saisetsu's craftable? What? Heidara, yeah, let me see. Tycoon, what is this? Dried tongue. Shunoban. Okay. It's easy enough to get. What else do you need? A blue-green stolen mag. I don't know where I got these, but I don't know where you get those. How do we craft blue-green stone? Can you craft it? Blue... We can craft orange glass marbles? Oh, wait, what? Blue-green glass? Is that it? Or is it blue-green stone? Tycoon. Blue-green glass. Okay, so you just craft it Oni metals. Okay. Got it. So all that's left is the Yomi mag? Is that right? Goblin mag. Okay. Shit. There it is. Ragaraja. So I need the Tycoon. I do need the Tycoon mag, and I can have a greed. Well, fuck, I'm gonna get that right now. Fuck yeah. Let's go. It's really just what? Cave of Dreams and Juncture? Is that it? For like Shunoban? Or is it ACM? But you gotta go to like floor 100 of ACM. Right? I can't come out here without slapping a Kijimono. Right on. Is this Cave of Dreams? I always thought it was in a mountain somewhere. I don't think this is it. Den of Karma. Where's Cave of Dreams? Cave of Screams! There it is. Oh, this music takes me back. I can just imagine the little cat head bopping to like just Onigiri music. I'm gonna be 40 someday, and this is gonna be like me turning on this music is gonna be like listening to like Spyro soundtracks and stuff. That's wild. Really? After all this time, we can't go into Cave of Screams. Okay. Well, that's all, folks. Secluded Forest on hard. Yeah. Yeah, you can go there. I did a whole video, like a whole stream going over what had the best rates for it. And while Secluded Forest does have the infinite spawn, the mag pool is really, really high. Technically the best place is Echigo Estate on hard. That is the lowest mag drop pool for Saiha. Is Echigo Estate on hard 1-man or 3-man. Like, it's the tightest curve of like mag pool with Saiha in it. And then we looked at Yomi, and I don't remember where it dropped. I don't remember the Yomi. I have it on my laptop pulled up, but I don't remember it offhand. Anyway, guys, it's been a great stream. Talking to you guys for almost 3 hours. It's fantastic. I'm surprised the stream was able to go this long. I'll see you guys probably Friday. And hopefully you guys have a great night. It's been a pleasure talking with you, ladies and gentlemen, about a video game. Have a great one. Yomi drops in the islands? You're right. Yeah. Someone mentioned that. Someone did mention that. Yeah. Yomi. Thanks.